All right, let's do this. So, here's the deal. I started feeling really burnt out at the end of the last racing season. So, like in the fall of 2019, I had like 7 events back to back that really like just kind of took it out of me. And it was fun and I was still enjoying kiting, but at the same time, I was also like starting university and just going through some personal stuff that like all of that combined just really added a lot of stress. And so going through these events, like the first couple were okay, and then like there was the 2 China events and then 2 events in Sardinia, and through those I was just like exhausted. And I mean, I did fine in the end, but it just like was so much sacrifice, and like mentally it was so draining, and I totally stopped enjoying kiting, and I wasn't even looking at my results or where I was finishing because I was just so mentally exhausted and I just couldn't deal with it. Basically, I wasn't there. And again, in the end, like it was fun, but I gave up a lot of my mental health just to like get through all that. And so then I finished the event in Qatar, which was really cool. It was World Beach Games. It was like the middle of October. And then after that I was done, and I was so excited to be done and to not have to kite anymore. And I honestly I didn't even want to see my racing gear for like a really long time because I was just super done. So then I took a break, I did university, and then it was around like winter break, so the end of December basically, that I got back into kiting. And I still I was excited to like get on my racing gear again, but I didn't feel very motivated to like get out on the water. And the only thing that was really motivating me was being able to like go out with some friends in Mexico. And so, I mean, I did that. I was kind of feeling forced to kite, but it was still okay. Like, I was still enjoying it. I went back to school in January, didn't kite for like a month and a half, and then I went to La Montana for about a week where I just wanted to train. And there I felt really good, and I was really excited to come back. And then a few weeks after that was the March La Montana Pro Tour. Again, I was really excited to come back and do that. And then after that, I didn't really take any time off, and it was around that time that a lot of the European countries were like closing, and it was like full-on quarantine, and we didn't really have that in the US. Like a lot of the beaches were still open, and I was still kiting pretty much every day, and I was in Florida, and like again, it was super nice and I enjoyed it, but that drive inside me to like go out and just train and push myself just wasn't there. And so then I came back home at the beginning of June, I think. I flew back to San Francisco after like not being home for 9 months, and I was super excited to be home because I was kiting all like my favorite local spots like Chrissy and Sherman and Waddell, and I was really excited, and I could feel like that I was excited to be back and to kite. But I basically had like one session at my home spots, and then I was like, all right, I'm done. And it was really weird because I just was feeling forced to kite, and that's never a good thing when you feel forced to do something. For my entire kiting career, I've always felt like I was enjoying it, and kiting was a thing that made me so happy. And when it stopped making me happy, I didn't really know what to do because I didn't really have anything else that truly made me that happy. So then I got home, I spent like a couple weeks just thinking about what I was doing, and then I was like, all right, I need to do something about this because if I don't, then it's just not gonna end well. So I decided I wanted to take a break from kiting, and I'm really glad that I did. I basically put all my racing gear away and took the rest of the summer just to do other things. So I started winging. I went on a bunch of different trips to different places that I hadn't been in a while. I went up to Tahoe, went up to Hood River, which was really cool, and went along the Oregon coast. And basically, I really took advantage of the time that I had off, and I started biking a lot. I lived in the Presidio for a little bit in San Francisco. I just tried to get away from the kiting world, and it was really, really healthy for me, and I'm really glad I did that. And now I'm definitely feeling that kind of fire inside me again to just get back to it. And I kited for the first time in like, I don't know, basically 2.5 months, a couple weeks ago. And it was the first time that I had actually like enjoyed kiting in such a long time. It was such a relief just to know that I still had that in me and that I still could have that drive to compete and to do well. And I know I'm still not ready to come back fully, but I know that that time is coming, and I'm really excited for trying to go to the Olympics and for my campaign, and it's going to be a really exciting 4 years, I think. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about that a little bit because it's something that I've been kind of dealing with and that I wanted to somehow share. And I feel like it's something that a lot of athletes go through that's kind of, it's not really just talked about. And I'm really glad this happened now, and I felt like I could really take some proper time off because there was no pressure of training or racing since all our events were canceled for the most part. And the fact that I couldn't even like travel also really just forced me to take time off. So I'm really glad this happened in a way and that I experienced this. And I know I've grown a lot as a person and as an athlete, and it just really sets me up even better for the Olympics and for my campaign. I think that's it for now, and I really appreciate you guys watching all my videos, and this wasn't really easy for me to talk about, so I appreciate you guys just listening and just for following me and being super supportive of me as an athlete. I'm really excited for what the future will bring, and yeah, stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.